beautiful Virgo, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with a little bonus reading all about you. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Virgo, this is a little bonus reading all about you. I'm going to get your overarching energy first, and then I'm going to connect to the details of what's going on with you, but at the same time, what's coming towards you, okay? But even before I start, they're showing me in the water a picture or an image of lots of galloping horses, okay? The energy that I'm feeling here is perhaps you have a desire to be free of a situation, or you desire more spontaneity in your world, or more independence, or perhaps I'm picking up on an energy of embracing your wild side is what I'm getting there as well. Now also, alongside it, they're showing me, because I'm scrying at the same time as doing a reading, they're showing me like a lightning bolt that is hitting a piece of a puzzle. So you tend to be someone who's very, very intelligent. Your brain is like that supercomputer. You are very good at finding solutions to any difficult situations. So perhaps you're going to do a lot of brainstorming over the next couple of weeks regarding a personal situation or a personal decision you have to make. For some of you, it may be that you may be thinking about moving or relocating, or even discovering your place in the world. I mean, puzzles, they tend to mean that bit by bit or piece by piece, your life is coming together in some way, but it has been a long time coming together. Okay, so please take it as it resonates. There's the image that I'm seeing, or that's what I was seeing, okay? I mean, I have looked at these cards and really felt the energy of them, but I wasn't seeing that exact image, but I was seeing wild horses running wild and free, and I get a sense that you're frustrated that perhaps things have not been heading in the direction you've been hoping for, but I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading, so I'm picking up on energy. And it's important to realize that, wow, there's your lightning bolt as well. I mean, we don't have a puzzle piece, not that I can see in those cards right now, but I'm definitely picking up energy of you having a breakthrough, a sudden epiphany or realization going on there. I do get a sense that things have been challenging, but those images that I've been seeing, I feel I'm picking up on the energy for your reading specifically. I read energy and also cards at the same time. So let's get to your first card. This is your protagonist energy, and it's the biome. So this is about you, the center of your world, the center of your universe, and recognizing that you're connected to all things in your life. There's cause and effect going on in your life right now. And I feel with this card, it's almost like you're trying to see the bigger picture, and you're looking at your life and the sum of all the parts that come together. And I feel like you're in the flow of creating something really special. I do get a sense here that some of you have felt really disconnected for a while, and you may be seeking your soul tribe or seeking community or places where you feel like you fit in, because I feel there's this energy of alienation with this card. Even though this card is the biome, I feel some of you have been trying to discover your place in the world. I feel like there has been some pressure on you recently. And I feel that you've been trying to manage your stress levels, both on a personal level, but also trying to, isolate any experiences that could cause you pressure or press your buttons. I really get a sense here that you are disconnecting to seek more time either in nature or more peaceful experiences. That's what I'm picking up on. I get a sense here that you're recognizing also that the world is connected and we are all connected, and that there's just an energy, and it's getting really hot in here all of a sudden. So some of you may have felt a lot of pressure. I'm gonna have to ground that energy. Some of you may have been feeling a lot of pressure recently, and you're recognizing that collectively you're not alone in your thinking or in your feelings, your intuitions, your leanings. I feel like you're discovering that a lot of people are feeling the same way as you. There's this energy of wanting to break out, wanting to be a little bit more free of pressure. Okay, as you can see there's the world. And I feel, and this is, I'm picking up this energy in a lot of these readings, which is like the pressure of the world, collectively what is going on around the world. And although to some degree it may not affect you directly, I feel the pressure or the negative aspects of it has in some way been weighing on your soul, and you've been trying to like find your place in the world and almost feel there's like an undercurrent of uncertainty of what is to come in the world. And I feel like you've been keeping your eye on things to make sure that you are in a position of stability. It's almost like I get a sense of you getting your affairs in order and recognizing that you're being more organized, not wasting your time, but you may have felt heaviness on your shoulders, okay? That's a really intense energy that come through right now, but that's what I'm picking up on here. I also get a sense of you trying to work out where in the world you feel like home. I get a sense that you're thinking about, are you happy where you are right now? And if you are, can you connect more to community or to people in your area who are like-minded? What sort of things that you enjoy in life? What takes the pressure off? How you can channel that excess energy so that it doesn't build up and feel really stagnant and pressurized. And I get a sense that you've had a lot on, okay? I also get this energy that's coming through that one of the lessons you are meant to learn in life is about delegating. Okay, is about, you know, opening up to help or opening up to, I mean, you work really well as a team, but also you're very independent. You're very good at working on your own. But I feel there's an energy coming through. If you want a job done really well, you may as well do it yourself. That's what I'm picking up on. And I feel that be open to people wanting to help you more. Okay, now this could be if you're in a job, for example. It could be that if people tend to just leave all the work to you, it's time to really perhaps take ownership and delegate your work in some way. Or if you are in a family unit where you feel like you're doing all the things in the house, you've taken on a lot of responsibility, I feel it's important to allow people to show you that they can share the load. Okay, that's coming through. That may not resonate with everyone, but that's coming through really heavily on the energy right now. So I feel this sense of you, and it's like super hot, right? I feel this sense of overloaded or burnt out energy is what I'm getting, even though this card is like not that. This card is all about community. It's about everything working in like synchronicity. It's about synergy. But I get a sense here that something isn't working as it seems or should be at the moment. There's almost like a spoke in the wheel, or it's like one of the gears aren't working, and it just feels like you're trying to locate something that perhaps isn't working or something that's missing right now. And I feel all the pieces of your life are going to start coming together, but there's been some sort of blockage or some sort of difficulty that will be ending shortly for you. Okay, now they want me to look at this card a little bit closer, so I will. One moment please. Okay, they're giving me an image here of, well, they're showing me, they're highlighting the giraffe for me right now. Now, the giraffe is about seeing things in the distance or seeing things that perhaps other people cannot see. It's about far-reaching energy, looking to the future. So I feel you're the sort of person who's always strategizing for the future. They're giving me an energy that you're constantly living in the Two of Wands. Okay, please take that as it resonates. So I'm not even sure if I can explain that. They're giving me this, like, you're always planning for the future. You're always mapping your progress. You're always acutely aware of your responsibilities, things that you need to do not just today, but tomorrow, writing lists and, being inspired by your passions and trying to align yourself with what you desire. But they want you to live a little bit more in the moment. Okay, to bring a little bit more freewheeling into the mix. Okay, don't shoot the messenger when I say that. That's the energy that's coming through. It's like, embrace your wild side, because you have one, my beautiful Virgo. I know a lot of people may misconstrue your energy and see you as like an earth element. So therefore, you are very steady, you are very faithful, you are very grounded, but also you have a wild side. Also, you have that side of you that perhaps you don't let everybody see. And just because you don't shout about it, because we've built a world right now where everyone wants to shout about who they are and what they're into and all of those things, I feel there's a level of privacy with you that you only share with people you truly trust. And I get a sense here of, like, not letting that wild side out a lot. And it may be that, I hope I'm picking up on this energy right. It's like you're trying to find people who you can trust, or find people who really vibe in the way that you vibe. So for example, if you're really into like trekking into the mountains and your friends are perhaps not, and you love your friends and they're really a constant force in your life, but at the same time you want to go and rediscover things that you're into and connect to people who are into the same things as you, so you can go trekking off into the mountains. Now, you're the sort of person who would trek into the mountains off on your own if you wanted to do that. But I really get a sense that you're going to be connecting to soul tribe members or meeting new people that will open you up to new experiences. And that's coming through heavily. Now, a lot of you are going to be saying, like, nope, you're way off. That's not me. But I'm picking up on this specific energy. So, every reading can't be for everyone. I totally get it. But I'm picking up on the majority energy right now of a desire for more freedom, more fun, and, a quicker pace of life. Because I feel you've been very busy. I feel like you've been multitasking with a lot of like responsibilities, doing your job or paying bills, looking at your finances, keeping an eye on what's going on in the world, looking after your family. And I feel you're looking for the other. It's like, is there anything out there that's more exciting? Or you're trying to focus on something that perhaps elevates you or gives you that breath of fresh air. That's what I'm picking up on, okay? And we've got the horses, these wild horses that are in the resistance position. So that's like you got it in the reverse. There's an energy here of feeling a little bit stuck, feeling a little bit of pressure, and just wanting to break out of the norm is what I feel here. I feel things have got a little bit routine or repetitive, and I get a sense of wanting to forge forward. Now, it's really interesting. I wish I'd written it down. I so wish I'd written it down, but I didn't, so I can't call it. But they were showing me double 2 in the water for you, and they were giving me that it actually represents embracing creative ideas, because you are actually going to attract a wish at this time. You're going to attract something that you desire at this time, but I didn't write it down, so I'm almost kicking myself. But it's just interesting that this is number 22, and I saw the horses in the water as well. So there's obviously an important reason why you got this card, because this card, it literally means to be forward movement, or to be forward moving and to be flexible yet grounded. Allow yourself to have free reign of your thoughts, move and choose in any direction, because I feel like you are finding your freedom, and I feel you're the sort of person who tends to stand up for what you believe in and what is right. But I also get a sense that you've been very mindful of what you say and how you say it recently. So perhaps there's a person or a situation in your life right now where you felt that perhaps you couldn't express yourself fully. It could be with a boss, or it could be you are the boss and you're being diplomatic about something, but you have to be very direct and honest. And I definitely get a sense you're always honest, but I also get a sense here that you're sitting back on something that you really want to communicate, or you really want to say to somebody or to a situation. I feel there's 2 energies coming out with this. One is you're going to find that you're actually right on something that you knew all along, but perhaps other people didn't see it the way you saw it. And I feel you're going to discover that you're right about it, okay? And I feel in one way it validates you, but I feel this thing, it's not something you wanted to be validated on, if that makes sense. They're not giving me what that is, so I can't really pinpoint it for you, but I get a sense that you knew something, like deep in your soul, intuitively, you knew something and you're going to be right about it, okay? Also, I'm picking up an energy of something that you thought was lost will be found, something that was very meaningful for you. So I feel it could be an object, but it could also be your sense of freedom or vitality of spirit. It could also be like an idea that you had that you started to create or started to build on, but then you left it to the side and you reconnect to that. But mainly I feel it's an object, something that had meaningful value, something that was irreplaceable, was lost. I feel like you will find it and you'll like marvel at the fact that you found it. I feel like it's been missing for some time and you almost resign yourself to the fact that you're never going to find it again, but you will, okay? That's what's showing up for you here. Now, because this is in the resistance position, it's a sense of feeling grounded or stuck, but you will break out of that energy because at the beginning, I mean, this reading is good for a couple of months, but at the beginning, it's like you're feeling like you're in mud or there's a lot of pressure and it just feels like you're not moving forward. But by the end of the energy, you're starting to move forward and you're galloping towards your goals. I definitely see that you're accomplishing whatever it is you set out to do. And I feel it's been difficult, whatever it is, because they're giving two energies here of a storm. Okay, now storms, they're actually very interesting energy because a storm can be magnetic, it can be intense, it can be pressurized, but it actually releases pressure. Okay, I feel like you have a lot of energy within you and perhaps you haven't been doing something that you've been yearning to do and it's been a built up energy of pressure, and I feel like you're about to release that energy and channel it into something that's really healthy for you. Also, I get a sense here that something major is coming to a dramatic climax in your life and it allows you to move on. So it could be that you're ending an old cycle of difficulty, or perhaps you are releasing a toxic environment, or you maybe even like releasing something from your diet that has been harming you or has been making you feel bloated or low energy. I just get a sense of you restructuring your life and being very specific about what you need in your life, who you feel you want to keep in your life, and what is no longer necessary. Okay. Now, isn't it interesting? I saw that electric, like that, bolt of lightning, and they've got electric here for you and storms. Okay. Now, I feel with this energy, there is growth here, but also I get a sense that you're releasing pressure in your life and something negative is turning into something positive. I feel like you're shaping it into something positive. And I mean, look at that. I've just literally saw that word, wildness. So I guess I'm picking up on this energy for this particular reading of you wanting to embrace a little bit more freedom, embrace your wild spirits, let your hair down, find more fun, find more exciting things in life to do. And when we get the electricity card, it's number 36. So that is when you reduce it, 3 plus 9. 3 plus 6 is 9. Let me get my maths head on. 3 plus 6 is 9. So that's a hermit energy. So I feel the hermit energy, of course, is a Virgo energy. And I feel a lot of you have been doing some major revamping in your life, but also a major reflection. And I feel like you've been searching or soul searching for quite some time and looking for certain answers. And you may have withdrawn in some way in your life to focus on things that are really important. But now I feel like you are like back on the scene. It's almost like you are taking the world by storm or taking your world by storm. I feel like things are going to get very exciting for you in the coming months. And with this card in particular, it's like it's almost like you're sparking back to life or finding that lust for life again, and you're embracing your wild side. I feel like you're definitely breaking free of any self-imposed constraints, and I feel like you're taking immediate action on something that perhaps you've been sitting back on for a while. I feel you've done all your consideration, you've done all your reflection, and I feel like you're ready. I feel you're confronting an issue head on, and I feel some of you may have even like consulted with friends, asked for their opinion on something, but ultimately you're going to do something that you want to take action on. Now, this could be that you're creating a new business, or you're creating like even some of you may be creating like a business that encompasses people coming together to heal or to meditate, or in some way to build a community. Some of you may have desired to like grow your own food or become sustainable, because this is a card of being like ultimately sustainable, that you have everything you need at your own disposal. So some of you may be working towards that. You may be saving your finances or working really hard so that you can move to the countryside, maybe even, I mean, because there's horses there, maybe like buy a ranch, or buy a field and grow your own stuff. I really get a sense of you being sustainable, and I feel any ideas that you have at this time are going to turn into something very exciting for you long term. And I feel like you're taking the initiative to put plans into action. But this came up briefly in the Sagittarius reading, so perhaps some of you have Sagittarius placements. I feel that you are the storm. I feel like you are this force to be reckoned with. You have a lot of energy within you, and you have a lot of untapped potential. And I feel that you have such an incredible mind that your thoughts become things. And of course, life has been challenging. Things are against you sometimes, and I feel sometimes you don't have the resources to get to where you want to go, but I feel you're magnetized those resources towards you, and I feel anything that you endeavor to do, you've got the energy to do it. Even though recently you may have felt like you've been low energy or unmotivated, or you may have felt that the world has slowed down in one sense, where you feel like you don't have enough time to do everything that you need to do. I know that sounds like a complete like juxtaposition, where it's like things have slowed down, where it's like you're doing less in like a longer amount of time. Does that make sense? It's like you feel like you don't have enough time in the day, and yet you still haven't accomplished much. Does that make sense? I'm not really sure if that makes sense, but that's what's coming out. It's like you've got a lot to do, a lot on your plate, and you wish there were more hours in the day. But at the same time, when you look at where you're at right now, you're like, nothing's changed. So for example, if you haven't seen a friend for like months or years, and they're like, hey, what's new? And you're like, well, nothing much. However, you've been so busy, and it just feels like you're just like constantly doing. So I really get a sense of you looking outside yourself to try and find the other, or to find more exciting things to connect to, because I feel like you have done a lot of soul searching. I feel it's almost like you're like going, okay, come on already. I know I'm growing every day, and I'm connecting to personal growth, and I'm going on a journey of discovery, but when does the growth stop? Growing and learning lessons never stops, but at the same time, you're like, when am I ready for the good stuff? When am I ready for the success? When am I ready for the love that I desire? When am I ready? And I feel like you are ready, but you're wondering where it's at, because it hasn't shown up for you right now. So you're starting to almost like not believe in meditation, or not believe in manifestation, or I feel it's like I'm getting a question that's coming through, which is like, do you believe in magic? And looking at your energy, I feel some of you are like, well, I did believe, but I'm starting to not believe in it anymore. And I feel there's something coming towards you in the next 3 months that makes you believe again, okay? Now we do have storms, cleansing, so you have been going through a lot of personal development, and you have been healing parts of yourself that perhaps have been wounded, and whether that's by previous experiences, whether these are things from childhood, whether these are circumstances that you experienced in your life that left you broken, or tried to derail you, or things that you cannot even fathom why they happened. I really get a sense here that you are raising a lot of energy within you to actually clear something completely out of your life. Okay, that's what I feel this energy is building up to do. It is to start again, or have some sort of new experience where you're leaving the past behind. So for example, if you have an ex who really tried to destroy you, or you have a previous experience, a boss who tried to derail you or take your ideas and really pretend that they were their own, or whether you had a very difficult upbringing, I feel like you're trying to raise the amount of energy you need in order to cleanse it right out of your energetic sphere so you can move on and release any of that baggage. I get a sense here as well that you're weighing up your options, having to make a decision on something. You're clearing away excess. And I know it sounds like a cliche, but the world is in your hands, or your world is in your hands. But I feel like you're trying to find where you fit in, or that little part of the world where you can make a difference, where you can add value to what you do or to who you're with. And I feel there's a wonderful surprise coming for you that's going to be so exciting in 3 months' time. I feel, everything changes for you in a really positive way. And I feel like you come out of a comfort zone, and this stuck energy that's really weighing quite heavy on you, I feel like it's released, okay? So I'm just going to get a few more cards just to see what else is going on with you. Eight of Cups is coming out, walking away from everything that no longer serves you, but also being in that deeper meaning stage where you're seeking greater authenticity in your life. You're seeing beyond superficial, and you're looking at the world and you're wondering why. Why does there have to be bad or negative things there? Especially when you are such a good soul. You're someone who has a beautiful heart, and also you have a wonderful logical mind where you can see what's right and wrong, and you recognize that people can live in harmony as long as they recognize that everybody's going through the same thing, that we're all connected, and that we all have the same struggles. We're all just trying to get by. We're all just trying to pay bills. We all just want to be loved. We all just want to be seen. We all just want to live like a prosperous life where we protect our family and friends and elevate spiritually. And you can't fathom why there are some people who want to disrupt that flow, that natural order of things. Why does there have to be the opposite energy? Why do there have to be pressures that make people do awful things? So I really feel there is a heaviness on you in some way to want to change your part of the world for the better, okay? Also, I feel with the Eight of Cups present in your reading, I feel like you've had to walk away from something that perhaps you had invested in for a while, something that ran its course, or it could be that you're deciding to change direction, or you're freeing yourself up. The Eight of Cups, they want that card that's coming out there. The Eight of Cups literally means to free yourself of everything that's just not working for you, to find more spontaneity and freedom in your life. You may even surprise people with some of the decisions you're going to make in the next 3 months, and that's okay, because that's your life. It's not their life, okay? Some of you may have had experiences where you felt rejected, and you have to recognize that rejection is protection and redirection towards something better, more rewarding, and something that is more in alignment for what you truly want and what you deserve to be happy, okay? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What else do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? They want me to go one more. Okay, so looking at the smaller details of the energy, the Eight of Cups indicates that you have been in this deep period of personal growth and development, and you may have found yourself in a solitary energy more often than not. You may have felt that you were in that hermit energy, really trying to find your sense of purpose, to really connect to your true life's calling and search for something other, because that's what the Eight of Cups is. It's like the otherness. Something else has got to be out there, okay? And I feel whoever, the story of this card, it's the history of this card, whoever walks away on the Eight of Cups, they walk straight into the Nine of Cups, which is a wish fulfilled or a dream come true. Total contentment, because you're actually freeing yourself up from attachment. You're walking away from things that perhaps have not been satisfying, and you've had the courage to do that. And I definitely see that something, the way they're giving this to me, is something is eclipsed in your life. You can't see the natural order of it happening anymore, and I get a sense that you're closing out that cycle, and I feel it's drawing you in towards something more rewarding, okay? Also with the Eight of Cups, I feel The Six of Cups tells me that you're searching for more balance, more harmony in your life. And the Eight of Cups with the Six of Pentacles, it tells me that the universe is going to reward you from walking away from something that was really just not for you. Deep down, you knew it wasn't for you. Deep down, you may have explored it, tried to factor it into your life, whether it was a person who was selfish, whether it was a toxic environment, or whether it was a relationship that you knew that wasn't really right for you. I get a sense here of you like timing out, and the universe is rewarding you for being so courageous to disconnect from it. Now, the Six of Pentacles also indicates unexpected resources, a happy surprise from the universe, bestowing, you know, some benevolence upon you. And I feel like it's been a long time coming for you, okay? But I do feel that there is more reward heading in your direction. The Six of Pentacles also connects, and that's why it's really wonderful. It connects something that was lost will be found, or something that you didn't expect to see again. Could even be someone you didn't expect to see again will come back into your life. Okay, I'm definitely picking up on that. But more than anything, I feel it's like an object, a possession. They're giving me the word possession that is meaningful to you will be found again. That's what's coming up. Okay. Now, you're the sort of person, you put your whole heart and soul into everything, okay? You tend to also be very generous with your time, maybe sometimes over generous is what I'm seeing here. You tend to be someone who's a really good friend, but I feel you've had to learn to be balanced in your efforts, because I feel like you're an overgiver and you tip the scales heavily into helping people. And I'm not saying to ever stop helping people. I'm getting a sense of sometimes you need to direct some of that energy towards you and implement self-care, because if you're running on empty or you feel uninspired, unmotivated, you're close to burnout. And it's really important to adjust your energy so that you give, but also you receive, or you actually save some of that energy for you. Okay, so that's really important. With the Nine of Swords in the resistance position, something that's been worrying you will be nothing to worry about. Okay, I get the Nine of Swords here. It's in the resistance position, so again, it's like you got it in the reverse, which is really positive, because it means that something that perhaps was painful to experience, you'll look back on it and realize that, yes, it was a tough learning curve, but I feel like you recover from that and you move on, you heal from it. And I feel like you just leave it in your past and it stays there. Also, I'm getting a sense here that some of you have had really bad sleeping patterns recently, and you've been like weighing up some things, challenging things in your mind. Even things from the past, you've been rehashing them out in your mind. And it's almost like the woulda, coulda, shoulda conversations, like you should have said that to that person, or you wish you had an opportunity to say something to somebody about something. And I feel it's important to recognize that those things in the past, they're all illusions now. They existed at one time, but they no longer exist. Learn the lesson that you're meant to learn from them, and then leave them there, because you're moving on to something greater. And sometimes people can't elevate with you because they're not capable of going to the places that you're going to. So it's important to recognize that sometimes we got to just, you know, shed situations or people because they haven't been given the capacity or the tools to go to the spaces or places you are going to in your future. So it's really important to recognize, for example, we can only meet each other as deeply as we have met ourselves. And people who've come into your life, relationships, they may have been very intense, passionate, and loving, but sometimes people are not emotionally available to go to the depths of feeling that perhaps you are, or that give you the love that you truly deserve and desire. And they are at a certain point in their spiritual path, and they're like karmics. They're meant to teach you lessons, or to highlight really wonderful aspects about you and how you flourish in love, but they're not your final person. They're not the person you're meant to be with. The person you're meant to be with will be later on. And I get a sense that if you are looking for love, I feel that you are going to connect to someone that you will marry in the future, settle down with that person and build a home with that person. And it'll be just when you're not looking for love. Spontaneously, it's just going to happen for you. It'll be organic, it'll be natural, and it won't be forced. It'll be very passionate, and it'll be electric, and you'll know that that person is the one, because you just feel a sense of coming home to that new person, okay? For those of you who've been having difficulty in your marriage, or there's been some, if you're in a high level commitment with someone and there's been a lot of like stress, I definitely see a sense of you and this person reconciling and, being honest and open with each other and making adjustments to really see each other and come back to yourselves, or come back to, being with each other. So I definitely see that, there's going to be some wonderful news there. I feel like you recognize or remember what you fell in love with in the first place. Even though it's been difficult recently, I feel those pressures will dissipate, and I feel like you'll find your way back towards each other. Most importantly, my beautiful Virgo, better sleeping patterns, so important for you, because it'll recharge your batteries and give you the vitality, energy that you need to take on every day. Now also, we've got the Justice card. It's in the resistance position. Some of you may have experienced people or situations in the past that abused your trust, and I feel you've been cutting those people out of your life, but some of you have been left wondering, why did they do that to me? Is there something about me that made them feel like they could disrespect me in that way? There was nothing about you. That was a projection of their own energy, and I feel it's important you recognize that, because it wasn't personal. That person or that situation you dealt with, I feel they were not capable of giving you the honesty. They were not capable of owning their truth, and just because you saw through it, it's not your fault. People project their energy and they push people away, or they make it about, it's almost like they play the victim because you caught them out. You see through people. Remember, your intuition is your friend. So there's nothing about you in that situation that made them do it. Okay, so if someone's trying to play the blame game in your life, I feel it's important for you to recognize that they need to own their truth, and they didn't, and it was nothing to do with you. So release that, whatever that energy is feeling heavy on your shoulders, okay? Also with the Justice card, I feel things have been unfair for you, and I feel you've been worrying about something that just hasn't been working out for you. And for some of you, there may have been even legal issues that you've been going through recently, and it hasn't felt fair. But I definitely see the universe stepping in to make it a little bit more fair and more balanced for you. And I feel you're making some adjustments in your life as well to create more space for fun, for freedom, and to embrace your wild side, okay? With this card, you're the sort of person who tends to lead with integrity, and you follow your truth. And I feel like you recognize that you instantly get karma, even when you tell like a little white lie. Even if you tell someone that you're about to meet up with that you feel unwell because you just really can't face it, I feel sometimes you get your karma quite quickly. So for example, if you're about to meet a friend that you were really excited to meet, and then you agreed it like 2 weeks ago, and now it's like the night before you're about to meet the person, or even on the day that you're about to meet the person, and you're like, oh, I'm really busy. I don't really fancy doing it this time. I do want to see the person, but just not right now. I'll just tell them I'm not feeling well. And you say, oh, you know what? I've come down with a cold. I really don't feel well. I don't want to give this to you. The next day, you actually come down with a cold. It's almost like your thoughts are becoming things. But it's not just only teaching you that karma comes back quite quickly. It's also to teach you that your thoughts become things, okay? So I feel these are lessons that you've been learning right now, and then you can channel those thoughts to become really incredible things in your life. So, imagining yourself as the boss of your own business, or imagining yourself with lots of money and wealth, where you can, live a free life of doing whatever it is you want. Visualize yourself doing those things, but most importantly, utter those words out into the universe, because words are spellings. They're castings into the universe. So whatever you think about, whatever you write about, I do feel that those things will become your reality. So it's really important for you to recognize that as well. Now, I do get a sense as soon as I saw this card, Four of Wands is like, get out there, have fun, let your hair down. This is a time for being in good company with good people and just enjoying your wonderful self, okay? Four of Wands also indicates an energy of reconnecting to people that perhaps you enjoyed being with. And I get a sense here also of you coming home to yourself, rediscovering parts of yourself that perhaps you've felt disconnected from, whether it's that hobby that you really enjoy doing, or whether it is, you reconnecting to a work environment or a work sector that you used to do. Some of you may be literally changing direction, or even deciding to relocate or buy property, and you're wondering what area or neighborhood you feel like you belong in. So I really get a sense of you like coming home to yourself, but at the same time exploring your options. There's an exploratory energy here. This is a very creative phase for you, and I get a sense here of, you either collaborating with other people or really just being in the flow of creativity and making your ideas become a reality and being successful at it too. The Four Wands is a card of preparation for the peaceful life. It is a card of resting, of recharging your batteries, especially since you have like the Four of Swords there. This is like, take a break, but do something you really love. When you take a break, you tend to be the sort of person who is thinking about what you can do tomorrow or what you need to do, the list that you've built in your head of responsibilities that you need to adhere to. And we've all got that, but it's important when you take a break, you really take a break and you do things that you enjoy for you. Not be thinking about the next thing you need to do on your list or tick off your list. It's important to enjoy your time. Okay. I do see some of you maybe taking a retreat or thinking about booking a vacation or a getaway to just have some peace of mind, to really think things through so that things start to slot into place for you. And also with the Four Wands, some really great news coming towards you regarding something that you did on your own. Okay, something you've been doing on your own. You're going to receive really like an accolade or some sort of good news, or there's a good response to it. If you're waiting for like the go-ahead on a project, I feel like you're getting a resounding yes on something. Okay. Now also what's really exciting is we've got the Seven of Pentacles going to the Ten of Pentacles. So an increase in your finances. A lot of you will be focusing on your savings or on your plan, for pensions and, acquisitions and success financially, your fortune. You're calling in more. You're definitely elevating in life financially. Okay. Even if you're retired, I feel that you've got a budget or a financial plan that you're sticking to. And in some way you may do like a creative hobby or something that you really enjoy for you. And you find that actually people want that. So if you are someone who are like retired and you're like, I really like painting, and then someone catches you painting or sees your painting, is like, you know what, are you selling that? Because I would love that in my front room. And you're like, wow, I didn't think about selling it. But now suddenly you've got extra money coming in because you're creatively really talented, you're really gifted. And whatever you're drawn to, I feel even in your retirement, you're still keeping yourself really active, and there's that vitality. And I get a sense here that you can earn some extra income, but you're not calling it a job. You're not calling it like, there's no pressure on you to create. And for those of you who are in a career, I definitely see you going through some obstacles that perhaps you've been going through recently. And I see you elevating. Expansion is the word they're giving me. Some of you may set up, an entrepreneurship. I definitely get a sense of you celebrating something in the career environment. You may be getting more responsibility. You may even take a break after getting like a bonus or something. And I feel that you're giving it your 100%. And I feel there's more finances coming in as well. Now, the Seven of Pentacles also indicates you looking at something in your life and being open to new strategies, new people, okay, and new experiences. The Seven of Pentacles really is about you being at a crossroad, reflecting what's really boring in your life. If there's something that's repeating, I feel like you want to change it up a little bit. I feel like you want to reimagine things in your life of how they could be. And I feel like you're being given permission to the universe to do that and get rid of anything that's not working for you, or really admitting, not being afraid to admit something that perhaps is just like taking up too much of your time and your energy, and you could best place that energy somewhere else. Also, the Seven of Pentacles tells me that you've been working really hard towards something, and success has been like always just within reach, but never quite grasped. And I feel that's all about to change for you, because you got a Ten of Pentacles here. So I feel like you hit your mark financially, or there's more wealth coming towards you. I also get a sense here of you how can I put that? I feel like your finances are based on hard work, but I also get you receiving some sort of great news financially. I also get a sense of you working towards your legacy, you know, you building wealth for you and your family long term. I get a sense of you either saving up for a purchase, or even if you have your home, you may be trying to expand by a new property, one for real estate purposes where you rent it out, or you may even be like wanting to increase the size of your home. I feel like things are getting bigger and better for you long term. And I feel there's an energy here of some of you wanting to go home. If you are away from home, for example, you may take a quick trip to see family or places where you grew up. I get a sense of you like being very family oriented in the next couple of weeks, focusing on what's important, you know, the people that you really care about. And I get a sense also of a level of comfort that you're reaching in your life, okay? Because I feel like you're building a life of luxury and just enjoying where you're at. So in 3 months' time, I really feel like there's a sense of you enjoying where you're at and knowing your values and that your needs are going to be met and attracting what you truly desire, because I feel like you're not running with the crowd. I feel like you are leveling up in some way. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? I feel also you're being called to savor the moment, live in the moment, but the main energy I'm getting is embrace your wildness. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Okay. So we have number 18, number 11, number 4, number 00, and 23. So 18. It says, I am kind-hearted, and you absolutely are, okay? But it is important to recognize that sometimes you're a little bit critical on yourself, and you also need to turn that kind heart of yours towards yourself and be more compassionate for yourself, okay? You are you, and that is your superpower, and you can't be anybody else. So embrace that wonderful you and know that you are elevating towards really great things. It says you are both open-minded and open-hearted, and your ambition is to leave this world better than you found it. Ensure that your goals are aligned with the collective need and with the highest good of all. Okay, so that's why I felt that heavy energy about the world. The only other time I felt that in one of the readings was with the Libra energy reading that I did. There was this heaviness about the world, and I feel like you have come to this lifetime with a real desire to make it better or fix things that you feel are broken. Okay, I really get a sense, and you may be starting with people. You may be starting with your patch of the world, trying to make things better. I get that innate sense within you that whatever you connect to in this lifetime, you infinitely improve it, okay? We've also got number 11, and it says here, I am intuitive. You have a keen awareness of what is happening around you. A strong intuition is your gift, and it will help you understand the unspoken feelings and thoughts of others. This insight allows you to be a great guide and supporter. I do feel like you are a natural leader, and not just in a career sector. I feel naturally you may not like people all the time, because sometimes things get a little bit peoply or too peoply, and you do need time away to recharge your batteries. But I also get a sense that you or a very strong influence on others, and actually you do make a difference, okay? We've also got I am adventurous, so it is definitely a calling here to embrace your wild side, do a little bit more things that excite you. And I know a lot of people don't have the money to do these wild like vacations where you're like water rafting down a ravine or anything like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking exploring outside the everyday. So, you know, you can like discover new parts of your neighborhood for free, or connect to community events that perhaps you haven't done for a while or haven't done. Some of you may be, going on a new quest to relocate to a different neighborhood, or even emigrate to another part of the world. Or some of you may be even thinking about long-term purchasing a property abroad, so it can be like a holiday home or a retirement home in the future. So I definitely see that you're doing things that challenge your comfort zone. You're coming out of that, and I feel really exciting things lie on the other side of that. It says here, you have a zest for life, and you are eager to experience anything and everything possible. You love change and excitement, and you need both to feel truly alive. For you, life is an adventure, and it is to be lived to the fullest. Okay, we also have number 4. 444 may also be a number that you will see quite heavily over the coming weeks because you've got double 4 here, and this is your third 4. You bring stability and rationality to any situation. You are the rock, and your hard work and perseverance make you a dependable friend, partner, and colleague. It says, I am stable. So even though the world around us is changing, and it may feel sometimes like it's a little bit upside down, we've entered like the circus. In the last couple of years, things have changed to the point where it's like, okay, there are new levels of crazy that I didn't imagine were possible. However, we are living it, and I feel you are creating that stability even though circumstances around you are getting crazy, or that the world is changing beyond what it used to be. But I do feel that you are a rock for others as well, and I feel intuitively you will put yourself in a really good position to weather any storm. And we've got 00. Okay, and it says here, I am observant. And I really picked that up with the biome card that you got there. Was it called biome? Yes, it was. Connection. I really get that sense that you are observing things that are going on around you, and I feel that you're using your intuition to your advantage. It says, angels ask you for your attention. Open your eyes, listen and think about everything that is happening. Trust your intuition and follow their guidance without delay. Focus inward through meditation and prayer. And you definitely got that with the 4 of Swords there, to go inwards, meditate on something. Again, I pick up some of you may be taking yourself away on a spiritual retreat, or even finding more pockets of silence so you can really connect to your inner guides in order to achieve the answers that you seek. Because I feel you have really been soul searching recently about your place in the world and the things that you're connecting to, what makes you happy, what really doesn't make you happy. And I feel you're actually bringing more of what you enjoy and what makes you happy into your life. Now these things, they're not physical things always. I do see some physical things coming your way, like finances and, but I feel more importantly, you're connecting to a happy home space. You're connecting to a sanctuary, but also you're looking inwards and recognizing that happiness starts from within. So I really feel you're bringing that level of balance into your life. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Good Angels. Okay, I decided to mix up the trinkets and the runes together. Gives a little bit more depth to the reading. Oh my gosh, you will not believe it. You will just not. I close my eyes when I pick these trinkets or runes, and you can't see that, so you do have to trust me on that, I'm afraid. But you got the horse rune. I kid you not, you got the horse rune. So perhaps you're actually going to see lots of horses everywhere you go. Maybe this is a sign or a symbol for you. But actually this rune, the horse rune, is to make progress. Future changes are occurring and you will move within those. Trust your instincts, okay? Some of you may be connecting to long journeys, but I feel like you're ready. It's almost like I feel like you're prepared for any sudden changes. And I definitely see that the changes that you're making, you're in control of them. And there's some wonderful rewards that are on the other side. But really embrace your wild side. I mean, look at that. You've got the tree, which indicates that you are planting roots. You are stable, that there is more wealth coming your way, and that you are a pillar of strength. And I also got the angel for you as well. So I feel like you are being guided, and I feel it's really important to recognize you don't walk alone, that you're being guided towards much more reward, some really great things, some awesome news coming your way. It may even be financial. Okay, I really pick up an energy of money coming to you that was a surprise. It's like new money that's going to be a surprise for you. It's going to be a happy surprise, but it's definitely a surprise all the same. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. Lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Virgo, and love and light.